Well, hello, Diet Disruptors. Happy Monday. I am coming at you again from my log cabin in upstate New York, and I'll tell you why in a second. But I also need to share who's with me today. We have Coach Jackie. Hi, Jackie. I'm
Hi
so
guys.
so excited. This is the first live with Disruptive Nutrition you've ever done with me, I think, isn't it?
This is my first live, so I hope I do good, Carrie. I'm a little nervous, so I hope I do good.
You're gonna do just fine. I'm so excited that you're here. Jackie is a rock star, you guys. So let me just tell you a little bit about Coach Jackie. So Jackie and I have known each other for a long time. And when Jackie first did my program, it took me a little while to convince her. I remember texting Jackie a few different times because she had just had a couple of kids and she was just not feeling her best and had some weight that she wanted to
Mhm.
lose, but she really just wanted to get healthier. And I remember, Jackie, you were talking to me about doing Weight Watchers again or doing Weight Watchers. And I was just like, I
Mhm.
remember frantically typing on my phone about all the reasons why you shouldn't be doing Weight Watchers. And I remember sending it thinking, I don't know. I don't know if that got through. And it kind of didn't at first, did it?
You know, it didn't. I was like, oh man, Carrie, it's just another program. It's not going to work. But like Carrie said, I was I was about 190 pounds and about 45, 50 pounds heavier than I was going into that pregnancy. And I was a mess. I was a hot mess and I couldn't lose the weight. And I finally said, okay, Carrie, let's go. And I gave it my best for a 4-week to wellness challenge, my very first one. And not only did I feel so much better after those first 4 weeks, but I was able to lose weight during that time as well. And since then, I've just continued with it and I've had success and I've helped many, many other women and men that were in the same spot and struggling to lose weight and get healthy. So, yeah, it's been
Yeah.
probably the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And it's been a couple of years now, right?
I think I'm a little over 2 years
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
PFC3 with Disruptive Nutrition. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jackie's a rock star, and I remember somebody at your gym contacted me, and she was like, "I have just seen Jackie melting away, and I want to do what she's doing." So I love that you finally trusted me, but I also kind of find it interesting. Like we knew each other, and it was still hard to kind of buy into what I was saying. So I understand for all of you out there how hard it is to trust people, especially if you don't know them, about doing something different. And that's why we're committed to giving you value and to teaching you for free in this group and in our YouTube channel and all those things because we really want you to understand how much this matters and how much we're committed to you and learning. So, that being said, we have lots to talk about today. It is a new year. I mean, we're like almost midway through January, and I always say nothing magical actually happens on January 1st. And I think a lot of people were thinking they had all these plans, and it's already what January like 11th or something. And, people might already be like, oh, already kind of down in the dumps about their New Year's resolutions. But we are going to set people up for success. So last week I was with Coach Brenna and we talked about setting
Yeah.
up for success. And this week you and I are going to talk about preparation, being prepared, because don't you think that's like key for this?
It is. It's what set me up for success. It sets my clients up for success. It's key. If you get this piece right, the rest of it comes very easy.
It really is. It really is. So we're going to dig into that today, but I do want to just share with you all one thing and we're going to like kind of like talk about why this is actually so important in this episode. But one of the things that I'm super excited about because this only happens twice a year. It's almost like Christmas. Christmas happens once a year. This only happens twice a year. Our recipe subscription is open today. And it's only going to be open until this week. That's it. We open it in January and we open it in June. I think it's June. Or maybe it's July. Anyway, it's sometime in the summer. And we want to set you up for success. And one of the things that we're going to talk about is preparing and whether or not you prepare meals or, how you do it. Having really amazing recipes that are already PFC balanced I mean, like, there are no recipes out there that are completely that you can feel confident are going to get you into your goals, may get you reaching your goals, because there's not a lot out there that is truly PFC balanced. We work really hard to not just make them yummy and easy and family friendly, but they're also PFC balanced. They're great, aren't they?
They're fantastic. And at Carrie, I don't think I've ever had a bad recipe from there. I'm not going to lie. And, when I first was just a member prior to being a coach, the recipes were my absolute favorite. So they're different every month. They go
Mhm.
along with the seasons. They're phenomenal. So if you guys have the opportunity, get in on this, because literally these recipes are phenomenal and they're PFC balanced. That's the best part.
Yeah, and you can subscribe monthly, and that's great,
Mhm.
and, cancel anytime, but you can also subscribe for the year, and if you subscribe for the year, then you get access to our learning portal. So the portal means the recipes are all stored for you in a place, and you can access it on your app or your smartphone or your Kindle Fire or anything like that, and that's super easy. Plus, we're putting in a whole bunch of extra bonuses, and we're going to talk about some of the reasons why they're important, but like our 101 PFC easy meals, that's going to be in there if you subscribe for the year. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why to subscribe for the year. And I feel like when you invest in that, and it's not even that much money, but when you do that, you're saying, I'm committing, right? Like when you actually put some money on the table, you're saying, I'm committing and I'm going to do this. And to know that you don't ever have to think about what's for dinner again, and you don't have to eat a different meal than your kids. And I think that's so huge, especially for women who are quote unquote dieting, because we want our kids to see us eating the same foods as us and knowing that what we're doing is serving our bodies and that they're serving their bodies too. So I'm super excited. Recipe subscription is open. I'll put a link in the episode so you can get to it. All right, so we're going to talk. I mean, the recipe part is part of what we're talking about, being prepared, because being prepared is huge. And so Ellie, my 14-year-old, eats PFC, and she says to me, Mom, as long as we have the right foods in the house, PFC is easy. Would you agree?
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Well, and I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son, and they eat PFC3 too. They don't know it yet, but they're doing it as well, and it's easy. If I can do it for my 5-year-old and 2-year-old, I'm going to have a healthy family, and it's that easy that you can do it for everybody in your family.
And that's what's amazing, Jackie. Like to me, if you were doing Weight Watchers a couple years ago when we were talking, you would never have done that with your kids. You would never put them on Weight Watchers, or if you did
Um,
keto or fasting or any of that. And like I'm in my log cabin because this is where we are on the weekends, and I know it's Monday, but my kids are in virtual school, so we usually extend our weekend to Monday. My mother-in-law lives in the cabin as well, and she's in her 70s, and she does it. And it just
wow.
goes to show that this is what every body needs. When we fuel our bodies with the right foods and the right portions and the right frequency, PFC every three, we are giving our body what it needs, and it does for us what we've always wanted those diets to do, but they never did. And you are a couple of years in the making, showing that Jackie just melted away. When you get to your optimal health, you will get to your optimal weight. It's an
Mhm.
absolute equation. And so that is what we want for all of us, including our kids and even our mother-in-laws. So let's talk about preparation. Okay. So I always say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And the thing is, what always tripped me up before I got into this lifestyle was the idea of meal prepping, like on Sundays for hours. I still don't do that. I mean, I'm in the cabin on the weekends. I don't want to be grocery shopping and spending 3 hours in the kitchen being ready for the week. Coach Deb does that. She loves to meal prep, where she spends 3 hours going over our recipes and cooking tons and tons and tons of meals. What do you do? Do you meal prep or do you do what I call meal plan? Which one is yours?
I think I'm a planner, Carrie. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I do prep a few things, but most of it's just planning so that way I can go. I have two little kids and I'm on the road. I have a full-time job, and things have to be quick, easy, fast for me. And I have to be able
Totally.
to plan it. And sometimes I'm not the best prepper, but you can do that and you
I
can make it super
totally
easy.
Totally. So let's talk about that. So that's the first tip in being prepared. We're going to crush 2021 and we're going to come up with these tips. So write these down because these are really helpful. I will tell you that I wrote a blog about this too. So I'll put a link in for the blog because that will help as well. But the first tip is really being okay with being simple during the day, right? Like every
Mhm.
meal doesn't have to be this gourmet like explosion of amazingness. It can be simple. And I know that I mean, I think your 5-year-old's in virtual school and like you're working all day. I think your 5-year-old goes to work with you. So
She
simple during the
does,
day.
she does.
How do you do simple during the day?
So simple during the day consists of a couple of things. So I did mention I do meal prep one item a week, and I'll let you know what that is. It's hard-boiled eggs. That is the easiest thing to make a lot of,
Hmm.
and you can have it all week. But what I do is a lot of my meals are in the car. I plan very simple things that I can eat while I'm driving. So an example would be hard-boiled eggs, which is my protein and fat, and I'll have a green apple, which is my carb. So
So
very,
easy.
very simple things that are so easy to do. And I could do it when I'm in the car. I can eat it really quick at the office. It doesn't matter where I'm at, and it's simple.
Yep. I love that. I love that. And I think that's the thing that like a hard boiled egg, like I do that in my Instapot for 5 minutes. Like
Mhm.
it's so
Mhm.
simple to do that. Now again, that is not it it's not like this amazing gourmet meal. Like the recipes are incredible. The meals are so good. But this isn't what we're talking about. And there's different ways to do this so you can fit it into your busy lifestyle. I call this like the grab and go. I think of it like a puzzle. If you have all your
Yeah.
pieces ready, then you just mix and match and put different things together, different proteins, fats, and carbs. And it's amazing how satisfying simple meals can be. What's your favorite simple grab and go PFC meal?
Do you want me to be honest? Do
Yep.
you want me to tell you my real easy, the easiest one? I like Arbonne protein shakes because they're so easy.
Mhm.
I have my powder. I pour my almond milk in and I grab an easy carb really quick, and I can do it anywhere. I have almond milk at work. It's easy and it's to the T.
Yep.
I think something that isn't a meal replacement. I like turkey. It's
Hmm.
super simple. I can roll it up and stick it in a bag. As another protein option. Usually I partner it with almonds and usually berries. So again, just something very simple and easy and basic. It's not a full-blown recipe or, a gourmet meal or anything by any means, but it's exactly what I need and in PFC3 balance.
Yep, I do the same exact things. And it's amazing how when you fuel your body with the proteins, fats, and carbs, you're satisfied for 3 to 4 hours. And even if it's not fancy, it's amazing how your cravings go away. People don't even recognize how our cravings are actually physical cravings because we're not fueling our body with the right foods. And so when you're just doing something simple like that, I literally don't want, I even said to my mother in law, I feel like if I could do protein bars all day long, I would be fine. I'm not going to do that because that's not healthy.
Carrie, what is
I don't care. During the day, I just wanna get it
So we
done.
have to we have to ask the guru. We have to ask the guru now. You are the PFC3 queen. We need to know what is your favorite easy go-to meal of all time.
My literal favorite meal. I like my mouth waters, and it's so stupid because it's so simple. I do, hard-boiled egg whites with the avocado, the
Okay.
little avocado cup from Costco, and I spread the avocado cup on thin stackers, and I put hard-boiled egg whites on top.
Okay.
It's so weird how much I like that. But it is so
So
simple. I think that that's more meal prep than you'd probably would even do, right? Because it's not total, like, you have to
yeah.
use a knife to spread the thing, but, it is, I think, still pretty simple. That's not a recipe. To me, that's not a recipe, that is still grab and go. So, that is my I could eat that all day long. So that but I will say the Arbonne protein shakes I love as well. But here's my thing. On Sundays or even Mondays, like so today's Monday, I will be home today. And so I will do this today. I prepare my PFC options while I'm doing other things. So I'm literally making hard boiled eggs in my Instapot,
Mhm.
right? As I'm like right after my Instapot comes done with that, I will throw in some brown rice while quinoa is on the
Mhm.
stove and like chicken is in the oven. And I walk away. I'll throw sweet potatoes in the oven and I don't have to think about it. I just put the timer on and then that is it. And then I just throw
Mhm.
them all in the fridge. I don't even pre-portion it because at this point now I know what my portions are. It's so simple, but I can prep all of that and we can have the most simple
Yep.
PFCs super fast. And so to me, preparing for success is just being intentional and then doing it. Getting to the grocery store, having the right food in there, cooking what you need to cook. I go to the deli, I get stuff at the deli, like
Mhm.
I have the grab and go options. So for those of you that don't know, we have 101 grab and go PFC meals. Like they couldn't be easier. All this stuff we're talking about.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
yes, that is not like the Taj Mahal of eating. It is simple, but it is makes this lifestyle so sustainable because when you can do fast and simple and you don't have to think about it and you do it, you can do other things in your life. But like you said, the meal replacements to me are a no-brainer. So how many meal replacements do you do a day? A protein shake or a protein bar?
Um, Technically I do 2.5.
I think that's what
So
I do too.
I eat a half a meal. I do a half a meal in the morning before I work out. I work out super early in the morning. And I typically do an Arbonne protein shake. So I do a half a shake before then. And then during the course of the day, I will do a full Arbonne shake. And then I also do a protein bar. And we use a couple of different ones. It depends on the day and what I'm feeling. But
Yeah.
it's usually 2.5 meal replacements a day. What about you, Carrie?
Yeah, I do. So I wake up and I work out. A lot of times I work out with you because we do the same virtual workout with Living Lean. Actually, you
Yeah.
go there and I'm virtual.
Mm.
So if I do the 5:45 workout, or even if I do the 7, it just means I've slept in a little bit. So I do a half a bar while I'm working, like while I'm warming up, and I split it with my husband, and then we do an Arbonne protein shake right after we work out because the
Okay.
half a bar will buy us about an hour and a half,
Mhm.
and then we'll
Yep.
do a protein shake, and then usually like maybe 3 or 4 o'clock, I do a bar because I just am like wrapping up my
Mhm.
day of work and I don't want to think so much, so I usually do a bar then. So I do 2.5 as well, and that's fine. I mean,
Mhm.
that's just part of the ease of this. So the other thing though, when it comes to preparing and being prepared for success, is understanding like what are your PFC options that you end up always getting at the store? I have a Costco list and I have a grocery store list, and it doesn't really change. And so if I have that, I
Yeah.
know like I can send Peter to the store. And during COVID, it was like Peter always went to the store and he just knew exactly what to get. And when it becomes autopilot, so freeing, isn't it? To not think about it and just
It
do.
is.
Are you a Costco girl?
Exactly, definitely. I am a Costco girl.
Yeah.
I
I know.
love Costco and, not only do I buy PFC combinations, but it's a great place to buy my 2-year-old's diapers, but it is great, and not only do I buy the diapers there, but they have stepped their quality level up, especially with their organic products lately. I've
Me
been
too.
blown away with the quality and what they have in their organic section.
You're 100%. You're totally right. Um, and so there's like three main ways that we prepare for success, really, right? Like we do grab and go options, really fast and easy, meal replacements, protein shakes,
Mhm.
protein bars. They're the gap fillers. Where are your busiest times of the day? Put your protein bar and protein shake in there. We use Aloha bars. No
Mhm.
cow bars are really good. And even at Costco, even though there's whey in them and I don't love all the ingredients, but the Kirkland protein bars, I know the manufacturer that makes those are a really good PFC balance. And the cookie dough
Mhm.
tastes like cookie dough. It's like dessert for me sometimes. I'll do a half a bar at night. It's amazing. So those meal
Did you
replacements.
know that you can actually if you actually take those Kirkland bars, and this was, I don't know where my husband got this from, but he takes it, puts it on a plate, and puts it in the microwave for I think 6 or 7 seconds, and it tastes just like a cookie.
I
So that's one of
have
his
heard
protein
that.
bar hacks.
That is so good. Yeah, the Kirkland bars are a great PFC balance. Like I said,
Mhm.
I don't think so. There's that balance between healthy and correct, right? Like I
Mhm.
try to do healthy and correct as much as possible. Healthy being clean, unprocessed foods, no dairy, no soy, no gluten. Correct being a PFC balance. Healthy and correct is your best combination. But in order to
Mhm.
make this something we will do forever, sometimes you gotta go unhealthy.
Mhm.
And that's fine. But you can almost always go correct.
Mhm.
Right? And so that's what makes it really exciting.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll
so
never.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll never forget what you told me when I first started PFC3. And I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody else has heard of this, but the 80-20 rule. And I'm like, well, what's the 80-20 rule? What does that even mean? I said, I'm just going to be doing this PFC3 and it's going to be tough and I can't enjoy the foods that I like and I'm never going to be able to have chocolate ever again. But no, 80-20 means balance, where 80% of the time I'm going to be eating PFC3 balance. I'm going to be eating healthy, good foods that fuel my body. But then I'm going to have 20% of the time where I can eat pizza, I can eat chocolate, I can drink the wine that I want to, and I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think of it being balanced or correct. I get to enjoy it. And that's why PFC3 with disruptive nutrition is so sustainable. You know, we do show you how to actually make those foods that you enjoy part of your lifestyle, but there's that point where you don't have to worry about it all the time
Mm-mm.
and you really get to enjoy yourself. And that's when this becomes autopilot and you don't have to think about it anymore.
Because I mean, really, Jackie, at 2 years in, it's like your body now is such a high metabolism that even if you're not perfect, it doesn't matter. Your body trusts you. That trusting relationship that we have with our spouses, for example, a trusting relationship is because there's positive interactions consistently over time. And at 2 years in for you, and over 6 years in for me, it is positive interactions over a time where our body is like, I know this chick is going to feed me what I need, and when I need it. I'm just going to take what I need and burn what I don't. And because you have told your body for so long now that that's how it's going to be, your body believes you. And I remember a year in, you were like, oh my gosh, now it's like burning even more. It's just people need to not be so Amazon Prime. I always say this, we're so Amazon Prime. We think we're going to get it all done right now and it's going to be dropped off in our door. The minute we start to do this, we should see all of our results come right in, right? But if we're going to do it right, we got to do it right. And we got to do it in the time
Yeah.
that our body needs to be able to heal and to respond and to build back trust. Building back trust is hard. It's easy to break trust, but it's hard to build it back. So we have to remember that. But the last piece that I really want to just remind people about and being prepared for the year is around the recipes. And like Deb does do meal prep on Sundays for hours. I cook for my family every night. So I take one of our recipes and I plan it on Sundays. I figure out this is my meal planning. I figure out what my meals are going to be and have my grocery list for my meals. And the recipes have the grocery list with them. I use my own recipes and have my own grocery list, and I love it. And I make extra. So if I know that that meal is going to serve four, I double it and I make eight. And then I have extra PFC meals, and they're almost all correct and healthy. And so that's an easy way that I'm not just doing grab and go, and I am not spending any extra time. I'm already cooking for my family. It doesn't take any extra time to double the recipe and then throw it in the fridge when we're done. So that's the other tip on being prepared. Let's work smarter, not harder and longer. Wouldn't you agree?
Exactly. I do the exact same thing, Carrie. And we just take our Tupperwares and I'll put my extra portions in Tupperwares. They're already in the refrigerator. For my husband, I write down his PFC numbers on there so he knows exactly what is in there in that portion for him. And we can take it, put it in our lunch coolers, which are always great if you're on the road and traveling, and you go and you're set for the day.
It's so simple, and it drives me crazy. That's why when you
So
wanted to do
simple.
Weight Watchers, I was like, "No, this is why you can't do Weight Watchers." But it's so hard if you didn't live it to really understand it. But when you're preparing for success and you have your meal replacements, your grab and go, your 101 PFC grab and go meals, and your recipe subscription, you can't lose. You literally can't lose. And I don't care what profession you're in. I have so many people tell me, I'm so busy. I have not yet worked with a profession that was too busy to be able to rock this. And at the end of the day, there is nothing more important than this. Nothing. This is our health. And what is the cost of not doing this? And if people really want to tell me they're too busy and don't want to deal with it, that's you're telling me that you're just not prioritizing it at the end of the day, right? Because
Mhm.
there's really no excuses for this.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
if you're interested in the Arbonne product line, there's a reason why we only recommend that. And it has been years and years and years of research that I have done.
Mhm.
We will put a link for the shop for the Arbonne product line. You can look at a little bit more information on that. 101 PFC meals, y'all. If you do the recipe subscription that's open this month or this week, you get that for free. Like, oh my gosh, do that, right? There's also a bonus training if you sign up for the year of how to figure out PFCs of any recipe. So I have a whole kind of training on that and this like calculator that you can use and everything. So it's super simple. But even if you just do the monthly one and you want a few months of recipes because you can't invest in the whole thing, I always say wherever you are in disruptive, wherever you are in your journey, there's a place for you at Disruptive Nutrition. And I truly mean that. And I know, Jackie, you do too. We want to help people get healthy wherever they are, right?
We do, even if it's just dipping your toe in the water to see how it is, try it. Trust me, I was just I was unsure. I didn't think things were gonna work because, like Carrie said, I've tried diets, I've tried counting calories, I tried counting points. I tried, not eating and, doing different kind of detoxes that you would just starve your body. And with PFC3, you're not going to be hungry. I eat about 7 meals a day. I eat more food than I've ever done in my entire life. I am never hungry. I'm always satisfied. And the thing that keeps me going is I'm in tip-top shape for health. I feel fantastic. And just that piece gets me going. Yes, I lost the weight that I wanted to. That's great, but I feel so good. And I want everybody else to feel good. So
Mhm.
whatever you can do, try it. It's worth it. If it's starting with the recipes, do it. You're going to see it. It's going to work for you. If you buy into the approach and go 100%, it will work for you. I promise.
Because I say it works for everybody. This is what our bodies need. Blood sugar
Yeah.
stabilization, that is the key. And so I know we talked a little bit about the 4 weeks to wellness lifestyle launch. That is not open right now. That is only going to be open in March. So for now, what else can you do, right? So we hope that you'll join us in March, but that for now, there's plenty of resources that we can support you with. So comment, take us up on these offers. We are excited to support you wherever you are. Jackie, you are great. No, this was your first time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So hopefully we'll see Jackie back here in another episode. And you guys have an amazing week. Get yourself on that recipe subscription, dig into the blog, and set yourself up for success because you know what? January is just starting. Like we can't give up yet. All right, you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Jackie.